The problem with believers concerning morality is that the evidence is more in line with religious moral contradictions. Religious double standards litter the landscape of America, and few are pointing it out. Judeo-Christian morality is a contradiction in terms. It would seem that the lawmakers, the vast majority of which claim Christianity as their faith, have a bad case of selective morality, and the flock of sheeple swallow whatever line of crap is sold to them as justification for activity that flies in the face of morality as defined for the masses. While this author does not believe that anyone or any group can determine moral standards for anyone other than themselves, there is a large population of people that fall under what Friedrich Nietzsche described as slave morality, those who accept whatever morals they are given to adhere to by someone else. The real hypocrisy comes when the lawmakers themselves are guilty of violating the same laws set to punish the plebes, and nobody in the church calls them out on this. Why is the church silent when the American government funds genocide in Israel? When the citizen will receive a harsh sentence in prison for murder of another, yet the president can order the killing of thousands like some mobster boss, and the church is silent. When an individual would face years in prison for starving someone to death, the American government does this on a regular basis with one embargo or another. Starving civilians by the tens of thousands, and the church is silent. The attack on American citizens by the government for behaving in ways that humans have done for tens of thousands of years because a law was passed against being human, and the church is mute. When Judeo-Christians will march in front of an abortion clinic to save the unborn, while marching their children to the recruiter's office so they can go to a foreign land and kill someone else's children, or be killed themselves while lining the pockets of arms dealers, qualifies as a religious moral contradiction. Charles Manson was sentenced to life in prison for inciting and enabling the murder of 9 people. Yet the sheeple remain silent, and worse, re-elect people in Congress that sign the death warrants for tens of thousands of innocent civilians around the world on a regular basis. Why do they get a free pass? The church has all the resources in place to put a stop to this type of behavior and remain silent, just as they remain silent while the plebes face harsh sentences for minor crimes, many of which only affect the individual involved, morality crimes all. This is selective Christian morality at its finest, and few points out the religious moral contradictions. It is time to redefine who gets to establish the moral standards. All morality laws must be put to the scalpel and trimmed to suit what it means to be human, not how some church leader wants people to live, but more in line with the human primate, the actual biology of the person. If an individual acts in a manner deemed harmful to oneself, then they live or die with that choice. But true freedom demands that they be given the right to choose.